Hi everyone, this is Karen from Online Healing Community. Welcome to your Sunday meditation. And with me today are four other healers. I'll pull them up and I'll ask them to introduce themselves. Okay, that's everybody. Jay, can you please start?
Hi everyone, I am EJ. I'm a learning and development facilitator and a Reiki master.
Thank you, Jay. Sister Nari. Okay, Ai.
Good morning. I'm Ai. I'm a pranic healer, arhatic yogi, and angel guide.
And Marky.
Magandang umaga. My name is Marky and I'm a Reiki master and also a podcaster.
There. So that's everybody for this morning. As you know, every Sunday we do collective meditation. And for this particular Sunday, our leader is Reiki Master, teacher, and podcaster, Marky Mendoza. So, Marky, we'll give you the floor.
Hey, thank you. Magandang umaga ulit, everyone, and to all of our listeners and viewers of Online Healing Community. Welcome again to our Sunday Collective Meditation. And today, in our collective meditation, we have a very special, meaningful, and yet something that you can be very useful when it comes to our everyday lives. And in our meditation today, we are going to focus on balance, okay? And in our meditation today, we are going to go through with a lot of our activities in our everyday lives that will involve all of our life aspects. That means in our physical life aspect, our emotional life aspect, our mental, and our spiritual life aspect. Now, it is important to know that we need to prepare for our meditation first. So, find a very comfortable position. You may be sitting on the floor, that's okay, or on a chair. Just make sure that as you do, make sure that you always um, make sure that your spine is erect and then your shoulders are relaxed. Okay. You may also find it very useful if you're already meditating for a long time to use some mudras or the hand gestures. These hand gestures will also allow you to have a better, meaningful journey as we go through our meditation. And it's important to know that this is a guided meditation for us. So all we need to do is when you close your eyes, when you already start our meditation, just listen to the guide as we're going to go through this meditation. It will be around half an hour and majority of this will be guided and then the rest will be also honoring silence and stillness. Okay, so let's get ready. Let me just make sure that we are also uh, ready with our timer so that we won't go over time with this. Okay, now make sure that you find your very comfortable position. Make sure that your spine is erect, shoulders are relaxed. Okay, and you may already close your eyes. Okay. Now, as we are closing our eyes, it is also important that as part of our preparation, we will also do our breathing exercises. And this is to also allow and prepare our body as we go through our journey together. So let's just take 3 deep breaths first. Okay, take your first breath. Second breath. And after the third breath, we will now start our meditation. Let's now assume and resume with our normal breathing, and we will now start our meditation. As we start our meditation, no matter how God presents Himself or herself to you, let us all be assured that we are divinely guided and protected and well loved. Remember that we are going through this journey to honor stillness, silence, for us to receive divine wisdom. And allow me to help you and guide you in receiving this wisdom today. Breathing in and breathing out. Now, in your everyday life, no matter which priorities you have in your list, one thing's for sure, there may be times that we tend to tip the balance in our life. We may be overdoing things, or we may be focusing on some things less. As we tend to focus more on our priorities, there are a lot of tendencies for us to also give less focus on other priorities that we need. And remember, we have four life aspects. And these four major life aspects, look at it as if it is a table with four legs. Four legs which will allow stability, which will allow the table to endure, allow the table to be secured as well by making sure that those four legs are well balanced. Breathing in and breathing out. Those four legs that we refer to in our table represents our four major life aspects: the physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual life aspects. Allow me to help you find the balance, or if you may be doing very well and maintaining the balance in all of these four life aspects, let this be a perfect opportunity for you to ground yourself more, keep your feet on the ground, and make sure that you will have the right motivation to keep maintaining the balance in our life. There may be times that you may be focusing too hard on how you will be securing a better future for yourself. If you are a family person, this is very much your primary target. You may be wanting to have the best life for your family, always having the goal of not letting your family experience what you have experienced when you were little, having not much, just getting by, being able to survive one day at a time, or it's the complete opposite. You may be blessed with so much. You may be someone who has never had any challenge at all. To think of survivability. But how do you also find the balance for both? Now, if you are someone who is experiencing a lot of challenge when it comes to your financial resources, working yourself too hard, working overtimes, focusing on finding more ways on how to keep earning, but not finding the right opportunity to rest and recover, to find opportunity for your body to have more strength to keep doing what you do best. When we see ourselves in this situation, we may be overdoing things. And remember, when you are a provider, yes, you are a provider, but you too are human. You too have so many things to still fulfill aside from being a provider. Or you may be someone who is very much blessed up to this very moment. You are still very blessed. No need to worry about your financial resources because you are well provided for. But what are also the ways for you to know and to bring back the balance in that life to share your blessings, to find opportunities to be that blessing towards others? With this realization, let our affirmations be: I trust that I have the strength and the courage to keep providing. I am abundant and I am very abundant. I also have a lot of opportunities to share my blessings with others. And I trust that this too is a very big blessing, not just for me, but for everybody else. Breathing in and breathing out. Remember and finding the balance in terms of providing. Remember that as we provide, we also allow ourselves to receive. You also deserve to receive. And remember that it is part of not just the balance, but of the flow. As you are welcoming the opportunities to give, you are equally welcome to also receive. Breathing in and breathing out. There may be times in our life wherein we focus on creativity. Maybe a part of our work as we provide entails that we need to keep creating. We need to keep producing these creative juices for us to stabilize the flow. Maybe it enriches our soul every time that we create. Maybe there are also opportunities for us to realize that as we create, there may be relationships in our lives that we tend to overlook. Finding the balance in what is meant for you to do in creating and finding the balance in maintaining your relationships. And how many relationships do we have? How many relationships do we need to consider? Remember that table? What are the opportunities? Or when we refer to our table, who do we support? Which relationships do we support with our table? Your relationship with your friends, your family, your relatives, your romantic partner, your relationship with yourself, your relationship with the divine, with God. There may be times that when you see these relationships and the opportunity in finding balance, you may now realize that you may be putting too much focus on other things, but finding it really challenging and maintaining everything. It is part of your duty to maintain the balance. It is part of your responsibility to maintain the balance, not just with the people around you, but with yourself, with God. So let our affirmations be: I trust that I am blessed with these relationships, and then the blessing of having time and of finding time to balance shall be given to me as I allow myself to recognize, acknowledge that these relationships, along with the opportunity to create, go hand in hand and are all essential. I trust that I have the capacity to recognize and acknowledge the balance and the importance in everything. Breathing in and breathing out. Remember in finding the balance in your relationships and the opportunity to create allows you to keep your feet on the ground. It also reminds you that you are not alone. There may be people, or maybe people around you that you see to have many relationships to take care of, many opportunities that you may see everyone around you, that they are caring for people and equally cared for, but on the other end, you may be feeling the opposite. Remember, you too have a relationship with yourself. You too have a relationship with the divine. Breathing in and breathing out. As you acknowledge this, trust and remember that you are not alone. Or sometimes, maybe it is the choice to be alone. Maybe there's happiness, fulfillment, and stillness when you are alone. Then find the opportunity and the blessing by in being alone, you have the perfect opportunity to focus on God's wisdom, that gift, that blessing that is yours to take each time that you allow Him to give you more blessings. Breathing in and breathing out. As we go through our everyday responsibilities, you providing, you maintaining your relationships, you creating, there may be oftentimes that you feel either maybe too full of yourself, maybe because of the blessings that you have around you, of being provided for, or having the perfect opportunity to provide, having the most amazing relationships. One can never complain of the blessings that you receive because of the people around you. You giving and sharing love and equally receiving it as well. Maybe it feels that you're on top of the world because of these blessings. But maybe we are also forgetting to keep our feet on the ground just because we have so much blessings. And there may be opportunities wherein you are coming from the opposite side. Maybe you are feeling less about this to a certain extent that you may feel like you're alone, that you are different, that no one understands you, that you're the odd one out. Let's breathe in and breathe out. There may be times that even if there's the abundance of everything around you, and even if there are a lot of opportunities for you to recognize and acknowledge that you have these blessings, but still you feel empty. Still you feel like there's nothing so much important to understand inside of you. That the abundance of everything equates to emptiness inside. Breathing in and breathing out. When we find ourselves in a situation, let our affirmations be: I trust that what I have is a blessing. I trust that in the fullness of everything and in the absence of nothing, I am complete, I am fulfilled. Breathing in and breathing out. Remember to put a smile on your face as we go through our meditation. We are doing this to recognize opportunities of balance. Let this guidance be your blessing. Breathing in and breathing out. With all of the everyday activities that we go through, as we provide, as we work hard, as we don't tend to feel very strong and courageous to go through our everyday life, battling all of our relationships and finding the balance, and still feeling full, still feeling very complete and contented. There may be times that the opportunity of giving and receiving love is something that we need to prioritize as well. Breathing in and breathing out. There may be times that when we think of our heart, we may be thinking that we may be giving too much or giving too little. There may be times that our priorities will allow us to keep shifting our goals, shifting our focus and our ability to find the balance in giving and receiving. Maybe you are in a position that you have the capacity, so much capacity to give and share your love to everyone around you. Or you may be coming from the opposite side of the polarity. You may be lacking this. You may be looking for this. You may be waiting for the right opportunity for you to be blessed with that feeling of love, that feeling of being wanted, the attention, the happiness of being loved. Breathing in and breathing out. As we also focus in our heart, allow this opportunity to recognize if there is really balance in our hearts in terms of love. Are we giving too more or too much rather in this opportunity in giving too much? Are we expecting anything in return? Do you feel guilty in expecting to be reciprocated, to be loved in return? Or you may be waiting for a long time for this to happen, but still it's not given. Still, we are waiting. Still, we are hoping. Let our affirmations be: I trust that in my fullness and in the emptiness, I am whole, I am loved, that I myself can fill my life, my body, my soul with so much love that I am overflowing with love, that I am my own happiness and I am very capable of filling myself with so much love. And with that overflow, I do have the capacity to share. And as you share, as you give, you too are ready to receive. And as you receive, remember that majority of the love that you are receiving, you are also giving that to your own self by appreciating your heart, appreciating the way you love, appreciating the blessings when you love. That ultimately, as you do so, God loves you even more and shall keep allowing love to flow and to overflow in your life. Breathing in and breathing out. Remember to smile. Now, there may be times that we have a lot of tendencies to use our voice, to use this voice to stand for truth, to allow this to be a channel of honesty and of integrity. But are we using it too much? Or maybe we're going towards the opposite direction. We know that we have a voice, but we fear to use that voice. We fear to express. We fear that we may be judged, that we may be taken differently. Or maybe we care less about it, that it's okay for us to keep voicing out, even at times that we tend to not filter or process our thoughts first, making sure that the reminders of being responsible with what we voice out, that there are a lot of opportunities that once we voice out our thoughts, our emotions, that there may be people around us that we may have overlooked, that we may feel less sensitive about. Or on the other way around, we may have that voice, and that voice can change and help other people's lives, but we tend to just keep it in, hold it in, and keep mum about it. Breathing in and breathing out. Let our affirmations be: I trust that I have a voice and I am responsible for my voice. I am responsible to sharing the blessing, to being sensitive about my blessing, and to trust that my voice shall always help nurture, care, and love the people around me. Breathing in and breathing out. Remember that having a voice is a blessing. Remember that not using our voice at times is also a blessing. To honor stillness, to honor silence. Breathing in and breathing out. Remember to smile. There may be times in our life wherein our focus is our goal, our target to achieve in life. These are our life goals. These are our ultimate plans. What we wanted to manifest and the reason why we live for, the reason why we work hard every day, the reason that there are imbalances in our life, the reason why we keep giving without receiving, the reason why there are times that you feel full, we feel less. Because of these plans, because of these goals, because of how how you want to shape your life, to shape your future. Breathing in and breathing out. Well, there may be times that the people around you have the same goals and you find yourself not having one, that the pressure of the people around you may start to be felt because you are perceived as someone who doesn't seem to have a plan, who doesn't seem to have a goal, who seems to care less about your life and the people around you. You may or may not see the importance of these goals. You may be very indifferent about it, come what may, living your life to the fullest. As we go through these realizations, there is no judgment from where you're coming from. There is no judgment on how sometimes we go through phases that there may be times that we have fully fixed, planned, and organized our life, and then we take a pause. Or maybe we stop. Or maybe we stop believing in our goals. Or maybe you're coming from the opposite direction. You may not be having some of these goals, but then eventually you start having these goals. You start planning, you start shaping your life, you start caring, and then you start to feel fear. Can I do it? Can I sustain it? Can I achieve it? Breathing in and breathing out. Let our affirmations be: I trust that I am born and manifested in this world with a purpose. I trust my purpose. I trust the path, the journey, and these times to see the blessing and the opportunities in finding the balance. As long as I trust, as long as I trust not my plans, but God's plans for me. Breathing in and breathing out. Trust that no matter which period, which phase you are in your life right now, God has a plan for you. God has a plan for everybody. And now remember to smile, breathing in and breathing out. In all of those goals, you working hard, essentially maintaining all of these relationships, feeling full, sometimes feeling less, feeling the love, the abundance of love and the happiness, being reciprocated, being very giving and generous, achieving the goals that you have planned for your life. But when you look at your relationship with the divine, you may find some opportunities in overlooking this. Is there an importance, by the way? Do we need to have a relationship with the divine? Does he exist? Is it really a he? Breathing in, breathing out. Do we tend to blame the divine because of the things that have happened to us, in the emptiness of everything, in the struggles and the trials? Why have pandemic time? Why are we stuck at home? Why do we feel very powerless? Why are we feeling very limited? Why is there pain? Why is there suffering? Why are there people who think ill towards others? Why do bad things happen? And in these realizations, you may tend to keep questioning the divine. Or is there really a divine? Why do bad things happen if there's really God? Breathing in and breathing out. Let our affirmations be: I trust in God's plan. I trust fully and surrender fully to God's plan. Breathing in and breathing out. As we have received these realizations, let us allow stillness and silence. In so doing, we are also allowing the gift and the blessing of these realizations in finding the balance. Breathing in and breathing out. Focus on your regular breathing as we honor silence. As we have honored silence and stillness, let our blessings be reminded today. Allow these divine realizations to keep your feet on the ground, to be reminded how blessed you are, that no matter which situation you're coming from, that you are truly blessed. You are always blessed. That you see in every opportunity that life is presenting itself, everything is a blessing. Breathing in, breathing out. Start wiggling your toes and wiggle your fingers. Stretch out your necks a little, and when you're ready, slowly and gently, you may open your eyes. Namaskaram.
Marky, thank you so much for leading that meditation. It was very powerful. I love how you led us into balance. That I understand that balance is the state of equanimity, it's being in the middle, not too much, not so little, just enough. So thank you for that. And EJ, you're agreeing. I see you nodding your head. How was your meditation?
You spoke of equanimity, and yes, I found myself in that vision where I was at the center. Marky, thank you very much. It was quite a journey. It was quite a journey. A lot of images, but more importantly, this time, I just stayed on the feeling of security while being enveloped by white light. So I was all throughout the meditation. The lights are switched off in this room, but I still felt as if it was beaming white light all throughout, and I just felt comfort. And I guess that's balance. I haven't felt it in a while, but that feeling of being super secure, that God is always with you, that you know, I always wanted to have that kind of emotion, and this meditation gave it to me. Thank you.
Thank you, Marky. So that feeling of being always secure. How about you, Ai? How was your meditations?
Hi, Marky. Thank you so much for that meditation. It was very soothing, very calming, and yun nga, yung sense of equilibrium is really there. So my impressions for today's meditation, I was reflecting on yung difference or how grateful I am because I realized that now I've been able to stay in that state of balance more often compared to before. Because in the past, I used to be a super workaholic na talagang dire-diretso yung trabaho na walang pause in between. So now, no matter how busy I am, I really take time to meditate, especially right before meetings. And it makes a world of difference. Talagang grounding yourself, re-energizing yourself, reconnecting with your center and with the spirit, with God before anything else. So yeah, that for me is a practice of balance na I'm so happy na to realize that kumbaga I've embodied na. And so yeah, and then I also loved your emphasis on yung silence, just making time also for silence and solitude, which is really important. So thank you so much again, Marky, and good morning to everyone.
Yeah, good morning to everyone. Speaking of silence, Sister Nori chose to be silent for this part of the meditation. But I really love the silence too, Marky. So before we wrap up, can you please invite them to your podcast, Marky, if they want to learn more from you?
Oh, yes, please. Thank you. And thank you, everyone, and to my fellow meditators and healers for also going through this journey with me. And I also just wanted to add that in the realization and of the blessings we also participated on earlier, it literally just keeps our feet on the ground. Why? Because it doesn't also mean that you've heard Ai, you've heard EJ, and um there are really times that sometimes the perception, even when you are on this path, is that everything is already smooth, everything is already in place. But life shall always keep presenting itself, no matter which journey you are taking. Or maybe you find yourself that you don't really have the balance, and then every single time that the shift or life keeps pushing you to keep shifting and evolving, it will always entail fear and it always entails a lot of doubt. But life happens as it happens. And it really just reminds us that no matter which decision, which direction, it just has to always be how you trust fully on God's plan. Okay? So thank you everyone for joining us today. Let me take this opportunity again. If you would also want to hear more about the wisdom that I also share, I would also want to invite everyone to please visit our podcast. It's called The Consciousness Show. It's available in Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Actually, even in Google Podcasts, it's already available. And in Anchor, there are a lot of wisdom that we share there that will cater to a lot of different opportunities for you to find balance. We talk about um, our core values there. We talk about dealing with people, how to even deal with toxic people, and how to find the balance in that. And we are now on our 63rd episode. And in the first 60 episode, mostly focuses on your inward work, how you're going to realize anything and everything that you need to address in your life. Inward first, anything about yourself, and we are now starting to upgrade our content and making sure that once you've developed and once you've already started your inward work, how about we start your spiritual journey next? So tune in to know more. And also, let me also share my social media accounts for my Reiki. It's at Everyday Reiki with Marky for both Instagram and Facebook page. You will also find the opportunity in joining my workshops as well. I teach Reiki, I teach intuitive tarot reading, and anything about your spiritual journey, feel free to ask. Feel free to send me a message. I'll be more than happy to assist you.
Great. Thank you, Marky. We're actually partnering with Marky this November. We'll be offering his workshops and tarot reading and Reiki here at Online Healing Community. So stay tuned for that because we really want to help you get through this time. It's a difficult time that we have. Also, this every Thursday we have free workshops and classes, and I will be handling the workshop this Thursday. I can you please invite them for the Thursday workshop?
Sure. So for everyone who's watching and everyone who will see this later, the recording, we'd like to invite you to join us for our Thursday class. So in that class, you will learn more about energy awareness, how everything is energy, and learning how to manage energy will greatly improve all aspects of your life. And how we are not just the physical body, we are a holistic and multidimensional being, and how to address the needs of all these different aspects. And lastly, how spirituality is not only for a chosen few, but it can actually be integrated in all aspects of life, in family life, in work, business, and everything we do. So practical spirituality. So see you there, and yeah, let's learn
Yeah.
together.
So we'll
Thank
put
you.
up the events later, everything there. Pero like what I said, let's learn together, and that's what we're here for to support everyone at this. Thank you so much, EJ, Sister Nara, and Ai, for joining us in this meditation. Of course, thank you, Reiki Master and Reiki teacher Marky Mendoza, for leading this meditation. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. See you soon. We have lots of events for you. So see you soon.
See ya.
Bye.